Hey Internet, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program Christmas Special. We are back and, well, in the last episode I found out that I don't have enough Delta V inside my spacecraft in order to change my trajectory so that I can fly across the location site P and Z and N and perform a visual observation of Kerbal. And well, so I think it's a good time to perform the re-entry because, well, we have a lot of science stored in this capsule and, well, I like now to get back home to Kerbal. I am a little bit inside the atmosphere, so I like to perform just a small prograde burn. Okay, very good. And then, additionally, I'm not quite sure with this location site because, take a crew pod in flight above 16,000 meters, and well, I'm in orbit. I am not quite sure if this would then count as a success or if this would be well, not accepted as a visual observation because I was not in flight or so. In this case, yeah, I am now thinking about returning because, well, I do have 19 stored data and I have a lot of interesting contracts, and additionally I'm pretty low on fuel. I have only 15 units of liquid fuel left. So, science data from space around Kerbal. We do have some science data on our capsule. Okay, temperature scans, Manley spot, Dinkelstein's core, interesting. Science data from space around the moon. We have some science data from the moon. Explore the moon. Transmit or recover scientific data from space around the moon. Indeed, we have something like this. So we are able to finish off a lot of contracts. And I think I like to get as close as possible to the Kerbal Space Center. So I will perform my deorbit burn somewhere over here. Maybe next to the bay, next to the desert bay. And okay, in this case, I can now perform a quick time warp to get closer to the point where we can perform our deorbit burn. It's a little bit sad. I thought it would be so great to continue this mission and maybe to perform some visual observations, but well, I don't have enough fuel inside my capsule. So okay, there's the bay. I'm approaching the bay now. I need to perform a retrograde burn. I can't set up a maneuver yet because, well, I haven't upgraded my tracking station. So I just have to eyeball it. I have to perform now a retrograde burn. And well, it's still the challenge to keep the spacecraft straight because, well, I have no SAS unit. And okay, but I think we're doing a great job, and maybe like this. Okay, this could be good. I hope this is good enough. And I hope I'm not hitting this mountainous region. This would be bad. But yeah, we will see. We will see. Okay, we are now on our re-entry trajectory. I like to get a little bit closer to Kerbal Space Center so I can use the last units of liquid fuel to perform basically an inclination change. I'll just like to perform this way, a burn this way. Maybe this is changing just a little bit the trajectory so that we are getting a few kilometers closer to Kerbal Space Center. Yes, indeed. Kerbal Space Center is over here. There's our trajectory. And I hope I'm not running into these mountains. This would be really bad. Okay, we can now get closer. And we are now inside the atmosphere, so I don't need my service module anymore. Changing the attitude of my spacecraft isn't really useful because the atmosphere will straighten up my spacecraft. I don't have SAS, as I said, and so I can just perform a physical time warp as the service module is drifting away and the spacecraft is tumbling and rotating as it starts to fall back home to Kerbal. Okay, I'm really excited about this. I have recovered all the scientific data. I like to perform a temperature scan when I'm closer to the atmosphere, but I'm not quite sure. I hope these instruments will survive. I am not quite sure if this is working or if this is not working, because, well, I have only a single parachute and I'm not quite sure about the weight of my, or the mass of my whole spacecraft, and I'm not quite sure if the experiments will survive the impact, and I think soon we should... Oh, the moon is rising, the moon is rising, this is cool. This is a beautiful picture. Okay, and well, there they are. There are the re-entry effects. This is cool. And yeah, now I think the spacecraft should get a little bit more stable as it hits the atmosphere. And I'm excited to see the G-forces. I hope... Okay, over there is Kerbal Space Center. We can see Kerbal Space Center. This is nice. And this is really a dangerous area. I hope my lateral movement will last a little bit longer. I don't want to land down here and in the end and on top of a slope or so, or directly on a slope and start to tumble downhill. This would be totally disastrous. Okay, the G-forces are ramping up a bit, but they are not as crazy as during the re-entry of Henry Kerman as he returned back from his very first moon landing. Okay, the moon is rising, and yeah, okay, I think I have passed the dangerous mountainous region. I have a great view over there to Kerbal Space Center. I don't think that we are performing a splashdown. Okay, the re-entry effects are decreasing, the G-forces are going down, this is good. Okay, I can now speed things up to get closer to the moment that we are able to pop our chutes. And here indeed, there is no mountainous region below us. We can now see the trees. We are shortly before popping the chutes. And, okay. I like to get down a little bit more. And now, pop the chutes. Very good, very good. And they have completely opened. Okay, 8.8 meters per second. I think this is... Oh, I wanted to, just in case that maybe there... Want to log temperature while flying over Kerbal Highlands. Okay, keep the data. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure if if this is too fast or if this is if this is slow enough that my experiments can survive. Soon we will find out. And ooh, okay, yeah. So much about this. The experiments haven't survived. The thermometer hasn't survived, but we made it back home. We made it back home. Luckily, I recovered all the, or I retrieved all the data out of my experiments. This is good. Now I can recover the vessel, and let's see what we have done. Okay. EVA report from space just above Kerbal shores, EVA report from space just above Kerbal's water. In total we got back 391.4 signs in this mission. This is amazing because, well, as you can see, a lot of experiments and a lot of science data. This is cool, and we have even finished 4 contracts, but I will come back to this in just a few seconds. And we were 38 kilometers away from Kerbal Space Center. This was pretty close. Very nice, very nice. And we got, well, I don't care so much about the funds, but we are up now to 400,000. This is cool. And the crew, 3 XP gained. Okay. Very cool, very cool. And what contracts we have? Science data from space around the moon. Okay, very good. Explore the moon, complete. Wow, 105,000. Not bad. Transmit or recover scientific data from space around the moon, complete. Very nice. Science data from space around Kerbal. Very nice. Okay, so we have now a lot of funds. We have a lot of science. I like to see. What are the upgrade costs for this? 510. Okay, this is a little bit too expensive, so I don't think that I will upgrade so that I can research the other parts. What can we have? Oh, the fuel lines. The fuel lines are so important. They are just amazing. I like to have fuel lines. Okay, well, other fuel tank, rocket engine, not so important. Some, well, these adapters are nice, but not so useful. Spaceplane, airplane, maybe another probe core. This could be interesting. RCS, RCS, oh, RCS is very important. I like to go for RCS. Solar panels, also nice. Okay. And well, the other parts aren't that interesting. It would be more interesting to go for these parts, so I can keep the science data or these Science points. And now, okay, then I like to upgrade the tracking station. 140,000. Okay, this is okay. I can upgrade the tracking station. Well done. And it would be also amazing to get rid of this. Well, this is a little bit close. Do we have some contracts? Visual observations, positioned satellite in polar orbit of Kerbal. This would be no problem at all. Position satellite in polar. Okay, I think I will do this. This will give me some funds. This is great. Temperature scan of the moon. Visual surveys of the moon. Explore Dune, explore Ike, explore Minmus. Okay, this would be interesting. Visual observations. Okay, I think this is good enough. We got some funds in advance, so I could upgrade also now the VAB. Very nice, very nice. Okay, position a satellite in a polar orbit around Kerbal. This should be no problem at all. We could just take Center 6, the lander, and instead we can just use all of this. Oh no, can I wait, I think, where is the advanced mode? Sub-assemblies. What is this? I like to have this as my basic booster. Well, I can now exceed even the 30 parts thing. This would be good. Basic booster. Save, very good. Okay, then I can create something new. Now I like a polar orbit. I like to use the Stay Putnik, and well, it needs maybe a small fuel tank. Do we have something beautiful to make it look a little bit nicer? Well, we could use this battery maybe as an intermediate thing, like this. Very good. Then I could add 4 solar panels to this. Very good. This is looking. Come on. Okay, this looks better. Okay, this is my basic satellite. Then maybe we need 2 antennas. I like to have 2 antennas on my satellite. Very nice. And yeah, why not? Why not? And let's give it. Well, yeah, let's give it 4 thermometers, because well, I can now have 255 parts, and this is a lot of parts. Then we need not a fuel tank, but we need. Oh, we can even use this tiny engine. Okay, so this is now my polar satellite, and well, this is cool. North Pole, Christmas special, everything is fitting, amazing. Okay, where is now my sub-assemblies? My basic booster, I can add this one. Then I like to improve it just a little bit. I like to get rid of these engines. No, where? Filter by function. Yeah, this is much better. I like to have these gimbling rockets and add these ones. And then I even like to, I think it's fuel. Yeah, indeed. I like to have fuel lines. Okay, very nice, very nice. So we do have fuel lines. In this case, I could use also this engine at the same time for a little bit more performance. And oh, I have even these struts right now. This is also helpful. Now I can create my rocket, or I can make my rocket a little bit more stable. Very nice. Okay, like this. And then we can use maybe some of these things. Okay, very great, very nice, and just amazing. I can bring it a little bit closer and adjust the staging. I said adjust the staging. Okay, very good. And Okay, the staging is looking good. Then we can call it Center 7. Save this, and I need to launch this guy. Okay, Center 7 is there. We have a position satellite in a polar orbit. Launch a new unmanned probe that has power and an antenna. Oh, I haven't reached the designated polar orbit around Kerbal with a reasonable deviation. Maintain stability for 10 seconds. Specific orbit. Apoapsis. Periapsis. What? Okay. Ah, I see. This is this kind of orbit. Huh, I'm not quite sure if my spacecraft is capable of doing this. I think I should add maybe an intermediate stage. Wait. Let us bring the thing back to the VAB. We have to just improve it just a little bit. Let's bring this up a bit. And let's add an intermediate stage, an upper stage to this. Yeah, maybe like this. And give it an LV909 engine. Okay, I think this is much better. This staging, this engine. No. This is strange. Maybe like this. This is much better. Okay. Okay, we need even to achieve a specific orbit. Interesting. This is cool. Okay, and now we need to perform our polar orbit, but I'm not quite sure. What? No SAS. Well, okay, let's roll it back. Let's roll it back for the last time. Okay, so you need an SAS module. Advanced inline, what is now? Small inline advanced. I think advanced is the right one. And the rest is still okay. So now for the hopefully last time from the rocket rollout. And come on. Here it is. Now with an has no operational SAS modules, no pilots aboard, cannot engage SAS. Maybe I should need or I should use a different probe core. I'm not quite sure. But well, nevertheless, I now like to Wait. Do I really need to perform the orbit and this inclination? Let me just see one thing. Note. Apoapsis, periapsis, inclination 90 degrees. Longitude of ascending node. Okay. So I even have to match this one. So I think we need now to perform a quick time warp so that we are more or less aligned with the trajectory. So slowly. Okay, it's a nighttime launch then. Okay, I hope this is good enough. So now I think we are more or less matching this. Do I need even to have a certain rotation, or is the rotation irrelevant? I'm not quite sure. So I will now perform the launch, and well, in 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Okay, here we go. This is now the very first test of this new probe, and the idea of reaching the specific orbit, I have no idea how this will work out, if I have to orbit in a specific direction or if I have to just match the orbit. I'm not quite sure. If I have this orbit, then it shouldn't matter in which direction. I like to go at first to the north, so we will see. And yeah, the launcher now with the fuel lines is much more powerful. This is just amazing. This is very cool. Okay. We are now performing a usual launch, so in this case I think I will just perform a quick time lapse and I will bring you back in once we are getting to more interesting parts. Okay, we are now getting closer to our orbit insertion burn, and as you might have seen during the time lapse, I was now able to set up a maneuver node after I upgraded the tracking station, and I think from this point on the game is getting, yeah, it's more or less back to the usual gameplay, so now you can pretty easy. Okay, I am now in, well, not completely the polar orbit, but more or less the polar orbit. This is good. Okay, the apoapsis has to be at 10, wow, a lot, 10,500 and something. Okay, at first I like to do this. At 10.4, 10.593, 10.6 is a bit much. A little bit more. Okay, this was too much. 10.65. 10.59. Okay, this should be good enough, and then I'm a little bit off, so maybe I have to fix this. The ascending node is... how do I match this at best? Well, we will see. At first I like to get out there, and then I can still play around with this. The burn is coming up for the apoapsis in 33 minutes, so we can do a quick time warp. And yeah, now with the tracking station, it's getting much easier to steer the spacecraft and to what you are. Oh, this is interesting. So you get an information when you are above a certain area where you can perform some analysis. So maybe it's even possible to do it from space. This is cool. This is definitely cool, and it's amazing to see. Oh, what was this? To see Kerbal passing by. Where was I? So yeah, it's now basically back to the usual. You fly out to different biomes and perform some experiments in order to gain science, and then in order to unlock new parts over the tech tree. And the only main difference to the well, I have already done this in Kerbal Space Program and Wings, and the main difference is that I now need also to earn some money over the contracts in order to unlock new parts and to upgrade the facilities. Well, this is still pretty cool and this is pretty amazing, but personally I'm more an explorer, and well, unlocking things into the tech tree is pretty interesting, but wow, this is very, very, very hard to control. Okay, ooh, come on, easy. Maybe I should. Ooh, come on. Okay, careful. And yeah, so I'm more the explorer and cut the engine. Very good. Okay, where are we? Okay, it needs a little bit more a boost, and yeah, I'm more the explorer. I'm not so much a manager. I don't like to... just a little bit. 5-4. This was almost good. Oh dear, oh dear. This is so hard to control. And okay, this was a bit too much, so I need to perform more or less a retrograde burn. And okay, okay, this is really hard. I'm not quite sure what is the exact derivation from the desired altitude. Oh no, I wanted to perform a retrograde burn. And yeah, so more or less it's becoming now. Okay, I think this is good for now. Now the next thing is I need to add a maneuver to match the periapsis more or less. Okay, this is then not working as intended. Maybe like this, to bring the maneuver a little bit over so that I can get the periapsis pretty close to the desired periapsis. Oh, this is so hard to control. Almost. Okay, maybe like this. And okay, in 6 hours and 44 minutes. And yeah, so managing funds and so on is still pretty interesting and unlocking things, but I think I have already done this in Kerbal Space Program on Wings. And yeah, now it's just, as I said, back again to fly out to different targets, perform science to unlock the tech tree, and completing contracts in order to gain funds, to perform your missions. And well, it's still pretty cool, but I did this in Kerbal Space Program on Wings already, and so I think it's now also a good position to come to an end of the Christmas special. I think it was pretty nice to explore the early game of the more quote-unquote new Kerbal Space Program, but I have also the slight feeling that from now on it gets a little bit redundant, and I'm now doing once again the same thing as I did before, except for new contracts, and I like to continue exploring new contracts in Kerbal Space Program on Wings. So I think here it was very interesting. I had a lot of fun during the Christmas special. I hope you have enjoyed this as well. But I think right now we are... Have I completed this contract? Not yet. Well, it's pretty close. What is not... Okay, the... Huh? Oh! Indeed! I did this! Position satellite in a polar orbit of Kerbin. You have successfully deployed our satellite into a polar orbit around Kerbin. Okay, this was lucky, this was lucky, this was great. I finished the contract, and yeah, with this, I think it's now a good position to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you all liked this Christmas special, and now it's time for me to get back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. I enjoyed it a lot, as I said, to play the early game, but right now it gets back to the point where you just need to fly out to different celestial bodies and explore them, perform science, and yeah, it's a little bit redundant, and so I like to return back to my asteroid station. And so I can just say thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this, and I hope you will be joining me in Kerbal Space Program on Wings. In this case, until next time, my name is Sebbi. See you!